Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium Picks Porch Show. As always, I'm here. I'm XFL Jim, joined as always in almost everything I do by my illustrious co-host Chase, Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Jim. Today was like Christmas for me. Oaklawn Park, Hot Springs, Arkansas, just started running for the first time ever. They moved the meet to December. It means that I've gotten 2 Oaklawn Park opening days in the same year. It's fucking crazy. It kicked my ass today, but here I am making picks with you big galoot.
That's how we fucking do it. You get knocked in the teeth, you get up again. Joined also by none other than Patty C of SGPN, the college football experience, the college basketball experience. How are you doing, my man?
Life is fucking good, brother. I am living it up here. Friday night vibes, and we got championship weekend in college football. I'm in heaven. Brother.
Dude, it's a good time to be a sports fan at this point. We got fucking championship weekend. We got bowl season, which I always view bowl season in football. I know you guys aren't a huge fan. I'm not the biggest fan of just bowls in general as well. They seem a little like gimme. But I do like entering bowl season as it's like a whole new betting season.
Yeah. A lot changes. So you got to if you can get an edge on the general public, all the preconceived notions you had about what teams were, they're completely different. So if you're studying up, yeah, there's money to be made.
I feel like it sucks all the sports gamblers into my world of horse racing because people are like, what could you possibly be? What's going on in Nashville at 3:00 in the afternoon? It's like, oh, it's just the Gaylord, Hotels, Music City Bowl. It's normal for people to just gamble in the middle of the afternoon on weekdays. Why? Were you going to go to a staff meeting?
Okay, so for the first-time watchers, first-time listeners, however you are partaking in the Jimnasium Picks Porch, what do we do here? We just fire off picks from the fucking hip, left and right. All just pick, give some opinions on them. There's not really any rules when it comes to the porch. We'll start off with our guest, Patty C. What is your first pick of the weekend?
Guys, this one's fairly obvious to me. I mean, there are lines that smell. This one doesn't really smell. This is kind of just like what you would expect it to be. Georgia favored, I want to say 7.5 over Alabama. Yeah, not at all, man. Alabama's had close games against 6-6 Florida. They struggle with Tennessee. They obviously struggle with the 6-6 Auburn. I want to say, who is it? Arkansas gave them some trouble. These are not great teams. And here Georgia's blown out every team on their schedule. I know Nick Saban, when he's like dialed in, it's he's a different animal, but come on. These are Georgia's a way better team. They're going to blow out Alabama.
I will have you know that we were the premier 8-4 football team this season. Like if we were to rank 8-4 football teams, we're number 1 in the country.
Georgia was definitely like the most impressive of those teams that I mentioned for sure. Or not Georgia, Arkansas rather. Sorry.
Thank you. I love you again. Okay.
Man, I am a little worried that that Georgia could always Georgia is my only thing. And like Nick Saban's not like, how often do you get Nick Saban as an underdog?
Both good points. Both very good points. But I'm just trusting 12 games of data at this point, more so than like past little trends, which are significant. They're not to be overlooked. I'll give you that.
That's true.
So,
my heart wants Georgia to win.
I keep waffling, going back and forth, and it's a lot of it is I feel like Alabama this season when they haven't been able to establish any sort of running game, kind of like against Florida, against Arkansas, whenever you can kind of shut them down where they can't just rip off 4 yards a carry, they really struggled. It started to kind of tail off though as Bryce Young started to develop, but still it's noticeable that they don't have that dude playing running back. Then I think about Saban just kicking the ever-loving shit out of his assistants. And then I think of what's at stake with for the SEC maybe getting 2 teams, and I think they're gonna have to beat the Zebras and beat the the Crimson Tide
too. The SEC refs want Alabama in, or the powers that be.
Yep. Learned that one firsthand.
Yeah, you did. Chase, what's your first play of the weekend?
Man, I got to say, I'm obsessed with this team. I love this coach. He's not 40. He's about 53. He came here to drink beer and kick ass, and he is almost out of beer. It's going to be Oklahoma State, and I'm going to take him at the laying the 6, man. I think they absolutely want Baylor. I like Baylor's quarterback, Gary Bohannon, because he is actually from Arkansas, but damn it, I love Mike Gundy. Even if he loves OAN, I still love Mike Gundy, and I'm definitely taking Oklahoma State in the points here. And then all I got to say is put Oklahoma State in the playoff, you fucking cowards.
I think if they win, they're in. Like if Alabama loses and Oklahoma State wins, they're in.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you completely. As long as those two things happen, and even if they win, I think just period, I think they're going to jump Cincinnati. Whether that's right or wrong, I think it'll happen. So winning, you're in.
Be the more likely. I think Oklahoma State's in that position, and I also love the play because they played earlier, and Oklahoma State won by 10, but that was with a really bad quarterback performance by Spencer Sanders. Fucking 3 interceptions, and he's been looking better. Like. This last half of the season, he's been turning into form.
Good point. I roll with Baylor, but that's largely because I've been repping them since the preseason. If I'm being honest with myself and with everyone else here, Oklahoma State's defense is so good that even though I do think it could be a pretty close game, I think you probably see something similar to what you had in the first game. There's a 10-point difference there.
Their defense won me over in the Boise State game when they hit somebody and they made him do a move that I'm calling the non-consensual cartwheel.
Oh, God.
He hit him and then he just like decleated him and flipped him over, and it was amazing.
That was amazing. My first play of the weekend, I'm sticking college football, but I'm going to the FCS rankings. I'm going to go boy Dion. I'm going to go Jackson State minus 7.5 here in this game.
There you go.
Too much swag. He's got too much swagger to him.
Too much drip. Did you see? Apparently, he brought on some supermodel that had, I want to say, hustled. Who is it? PJ Brown? I don't know. I forget who the PJ Walker. I forget who the no. PJ Walker is the quarterback. One of the NBA players. This chick had like basically hustled out of all his money. So Deion Sanders brings him in to like tell the guys to be aware of the threats that are out there. It's like, dude, she's the threat. She's the hoe that you guys need to look out for.
Yeah, it was a very important day when Coach Prime sat them down and taught them about the dangers of trifling ass hoes.
I mean, that dude, did you guys ever hear the stories of the quote White House in Dallas?
No.
Oh man. Do we that's basically where all their he and all the other Michael Irvin, all those dudes would go and just bring all these white chicks over and just do blow all day. And it was like an assembly line of chicks that would come in and out of that house. So Deion Sanders of all people knows, what that lifestyle looks like.
So it's like a Ricky's Playhouse and Ballers.
That's right.
Do you think his version of like showing people like here are the dangers, it's just kind of like a subtle way for him to brag? I
think so, because I remember him.
You don't want to deal with these. You don't want to deal with all these prostitutes and escorts and all this cocaine and whatnot. I would know from experience, and you don't want that for yourself.
Yeah, dude. Deion was talking. I heard an interview with him where he's talking about the low point of his life being having threesomes with 2 chicks. I was just like, dude, all you're doing is trying to like subtle brag here. Let's not twist this thing.
I actually did an interview on another podcast with a guy who basically that's his lowest point is he spent all of last year in the Dominican Republic having foursomes with prostitutes and spending all of his stimulus money.
Terrible life.
That's hate to see it. Hate to see it happen. Bless his heart. And I can imagine Coach Prime being like, listen, man, I ran a 4.2 in the NFL Combine. It was the highest point of my life. And then I did lines off of 4,200 pairs of white titties. And it was the worst. It was the worst moment of my life. It was a real low point. All right, Coach Prime. Sure thing, bud.
We believe you. We believe you on that. Patty C, where are you going next with us?
Oh, boy. All right. Well, let me just throw my team in the air. Let's get this out of the way early. JMU playing against Southeast Louisiana. We're only giving 14.5. This is a lock city, baby. The Dukes are playing for the championship on their way out the door to the FBS. Look, UVA, Bronco Mendenhall just walks away. Virginia Tech gets Brent Pry. Who the hell is that? We're about to take over the state, and we know the blood is in the water. So here we go. JMU going to roll.
So this is step one to the JMU Virginia takeover.
That's right. That's right. Well,
And
step
also-
one was beating Virginia Tech in 2010, the year they won the ACC championship. Hi-oh!
That was a long ball. It's a long ball.
Just and you know, it's your first time, so I'm gonna update you on some gymnasium protocol here. The old Virginia coach's name is actually pronounced Rocky Dickenballs.
It's true.
Gotcha. Rocky
All right.
Dickenballs is no longer with us, unfortunately.
I know what you're talking about now. See, we're speaking the same language. All right, so I'm gonna go to the hardwood, and I'm looking at this Memphis Ole Miss game tomorrow. Memphis laying 2 points. A game in Oxford is essentially a home game for Memphis. It's not a long travel. There was an insane windmill dunk in the Ole Miss game the other night, and when they showed like the low angle, I was like, oh wow, like the 700 people in attendance probably really enjoyed that. So I think you're going to see a lot of Memphis Tiger blue there. God, how can you get a more iconic coaching staff than what Penny Hardaway has put together at Memphis? Larry Brown is his assistant. Are you
They
kidding
need
me?
a bounce back spot here. They need a bounce back.
Yeah, so I'm taking Memphis laying the 2. I don't see a money line on it yet, but unless it's just like stupid low odds, I'm probably probably all over Memphis.
I don't hate that. I've got one. I don't hate it. I think Memphis needs the bounce back for sure.
Well, I mean, I think that may be a model we see moving forward is get the former star basketball player and then get the established coach to be his assistant. That's like Phil Martelli coming over to Michigan to help out Juwan Howard. It's like you get the best of both worlds. You get the recruiting bump from the hotshot coach, and you get the guy with the experience. So why not?
Phil Martelli always looked like young Frankenstein to me, like the Peter Sellers young Frankenstein.
Handsome.
Handsome
as shit.
I'm sticking with college football for my next play. I'm actually going with the parlay for the Saturday G5 conference championship games. I'm just going all money line here, so it might be a little chalky. I'm going San Diego State, App State, Kent State, and Cincinnati, all on the money line. Parlay that.
Cincinnati. You say that again. You said
San Diego State to beat Utah State, App State over Louisiana, Kent State over NIU, and Cincinnati over Houston. I think all that's chalk, but I think we see some chalk here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that App State is the favorite after what Louisiana did to them in the regular season, but they are two different teams of late. And like Colby says, it's always harder to beat a team a second time. So
not to mention, Napier, I guess Napier is coaching still, right?
Yeah, but you're right. That's probably not a fully invested team after he's already announced his departure. That son of a gun.
I like this App State defense. Like for the Sun Belt, I feel like they've got a grown man defensive front. It's just, you don't see that in the Fun Belt very often.
Yeah, they play a physical brand of ball down there. And Louisiana, they're Jekyll and Hyde. They have close performances, they have blowouts, but I think they're due for potentially an upset. I guess it wouldn't be an upset. Like you said, chalk all the way. I like it. That's a nice little parlay you got there.
You're darn tooting it is. Patty C, where are you going with the next play?
Oh, let me feel this one out. Oh, you know what I got? I got Iowa rather, covering 10.5 against Michigan. Look, Michigan will blow out a team that is not physically capable of keeping up with them. But Iowa and Penn State are essentially the same team. We saw that in their game against each other. Neither one has spectacular quarterback play, kind of physical football, and great defense. And what happened when Penn State played Michigan? Michigan, that was one of their closest games of the year. So I expect Iowa to be similar. And, Michigan's not going to out physical them, and that's all Michigan's got. So expect a tight one.
I'm sprinkling on that money line because Jim Harbaugh will only do the most embarrassing thing possible. That's his MO. And lost to Iowa is embarrassing as shit.
I could easily see. I talked about this with an Iowa fan, and there's like 3 scenarios we kind of oversaw where 2 of them are involve Iowa turning the game into a rock fight no matter what. So it'd be like there's a scenario where Michigan wins like 28-3, possibly. Like they just win going away because Iowa can't score. But also there's plenty of scenarios where Michigan wins like 10-7 or Iowa wins like 14-13 or some stupid score like that.
I wish I could get a prop bet on how many receptions will be made by a tight end in that game. It's got to be over 25. That's my number.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're going to have 5 NFL tight ends playing in that game. So that's just pick one. They're all getting 100 yards.
Chase, where are we going?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and rattle this off because it's in play and it's actually looking grim for one of these games. But I put together an all championship Saturday moneyline parlay. It's a plus 324, 375 parlay. And I'm going to go ahead and say if Oregon doesn't pull it out, it's dead. But it was App State, Jackson State, Michigan, Wake Forest, Northern Illinois, Houston, Cal, the Roadrunners, Bama, Oregon, San Diego State, Oklahoma State.
That is fucking amazing.
In a word, chaos.
I do love that. I love it. And you know what I'm going to do, Chase? I'm going to give you my giant championship weekend parlay. We're going to be buddies in this. I don't think we have all the same teams picked, but here we go. If you're watching live, some of these games are going tonight to you, but I don't know if you can jump them in a parlay, but you'll still get amazing odds if you take all of my Saturday ones. Here's what I have. UTSA money line, Utah -3, Oklahoma State -6.5, Kent State -3, Georgia -6.5, Cincinnati -10.5, App State -3, Michigan -10.5, Pitt -3, Utah State +6.
That was a lot of numbers and words that you just threw at me there, buddy.
That was a lot. And it is
I love you and respect you
plus,
for it.
where are you at, buddy? Where are you at? It is a plus 77,000.
Woo-wee.
So I bet $5 to win $4,000. Little under $4,000.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking
A
at
little over $4,000. I mean,
I'm looking at 9. Looking at 9K. A lot of things have to happen. I admit this is a little bit like buying a scratchy lottery at a gas station, but here we go. We're going after it.
It's cool.
Let it ride, baby.
I have my hedge of I just need Pitt to win the ACC, and I'm already positive for like the year.
That's with me with Houston.
You gotta figure Pitt is the favorite in that game. They just got a little more moxie than Wake Forest been.
I was on Pitt in August. That's when I picked.
There you go. Not bad.
My real pick is going to be the college football game that no one is going to watch, or they are going to watch because it's like the last one of the night. It's this Cal USC game that doesn't matter, and I don't know why the hell they're playing. I don't know why they even bothered to reschedule it. But I'm going to take Cal -4.5. USC has the worst defense in the Pac-12, and that's a conference with Stanford.
Yeah, USC has definitely they've punted on the season. So
Lincoln Riley's just full on recruiting now. They're done. Interim coach is not. They don't care.
Yeah,
and Wilcox is still coaching for his job, so count on that one.
It's a favorite.
Where's that game being played?
It's in Berkeley.
Yeah, it almost doesn't matter. Fans won't be at either place. You know?
No.
All the stadiums were tied up, so this is being played at Long Beach Poly High School.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you'd have equal attendance even if you packed the house.
Yeah, both Crips and Bloods.
It's true. It's true. Patty C, where are you going next with us?
Look, I'm going college hoops. Michigan favored by 7.5 against San Diego State. Michigan has lost 3 of their last 5 and are still ranked in the top 25 somehow, riding that reputation. San Diego State, a fixture in the top 25 for the last 10 years. That's a few too many points. Give me the Aztecs to cover that.
Okay. I like that one. I like it. A little college basketball action, getting into the spirit of the season. I love that too. I think Michigan's still a little overrated.
Yeah. I mean, last year they had a lot of pieces, but you bring back Hunter Dickinson, you 7-footer. It looks good on paper, but hey, you got to have guards around him.
Mm-hmm. Chase, where are we going?
It's Jimmy V week. It's Jimmy V week with the basketball, and I'm gonna take some inspiration from Jimmy V. And this is what you should do every day. Every day you should do this. You should find yourself lost in thought. You should let your emotions move you to tears. And you should bet on something that you do not understand. So I'm going to snooker, and I'm going to use my favorite handicapping method. I'm going to use the most British sounding name possible. We've got, let's see, Luca Brissell, not you. Kyron Wilson, you're a contender. Barry Hawkins, strong contender. And Zhao Xingtong, definitely not Zhao Xingtong. So give me Barry Hawkins, minus 156 in the UK Championships.
Ooh, those are better odds than the last one you got, too.
It is. But that guy was super British.
That guy was super British.
He was like Nigel or some shit.
He was like minus 300 British.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wait, I missed the sport we're talking about here entirely.
Snooker.
Rewind.
It's snooker. It's the billiard sport of snooker.
Okay, snooker. Yeah, I would say go with the white guy when it comes to snooker.
Yeah, the most British white guy you can possibly find.
I don't know.
That's our
those
handicap.
Asians. Yeah, there you go. We're deep analysis.
I mean, from what the current trend in snooker, and believe me, I've been following it for a long time, mainly since we've been doing the show, and that is there's a lot of Asian names in snooker competitions. Also, there's a genre of videos, or maybe just one, of snooker officials farting so loud that the person whose shot it was missed. They just missed the shot because they were distracted by the fart.
Yep.
Dang. Snooker produces gas apparently. Now I'm inclined to watch this thing. What is snooker? If it's anything like ping pong, you got to go with the Asian. But
no, it's like pool.
It's like shooting pool. It's so you have like all these like different table. Like red balls like that you put in the triangle, and then you have like all these different like place balls, and there's a lot more like strategy into it, like than like 8-ball or 9-ball. I know this. My grandfather actually had a snooker table. Doesn't make me an expert. Don't know what I'm talking about. Don't understand it still. But it's like you have to hit in one of the red balls, and then like to get to the other ones. The tables are usually a little bit bigger, and the pockets are a little bit smaller, so you got to be a little bit more precise. So what I mean to tell you is I'm like Tom Cruise in The Color of Money, like lethal when you get me on a regular pool table. That's not true.
You're a pool shark, is what you're saying.
I'm a pool guppy.
Snooker shark.
You can be. Don't be my. You're like a piranha, kind of. You're not like a shark, but you're.
I mean, all you gotta say is don't get snooked on. Don't get snooked on.
Ooh. Yeah. You're going with your patented snooker bet, and since baseball season is long gone, my Japanese and Korean baseball picks are no longer doing me any good. They're gone. But however, basketball season's in full force. Let's go, boys. Hiroshima Dragonflies money line. Pound that shit. This team is legit. They're going to win. They're going to dribble their way to a fucking championship. I'm on 2. I'm on the Hiroshima Dragonflies, and I'm on Yokohama. They don't even have a team name. They're like the Washington football team. They're the Yokohama basketball team, minus 1.5. Let's fucking roll.
Listen, you give me a Japanese team whose mascot is something that like a really slutty girl would have tattooed on their hip. I'm going to bet it every time. Jim.
Damn right. And
well, let me ask you this.
They're minus 130 on the money line.
Oh, good juice there. Look, I think Hiroshima is going to come out and drop bombs all over whatever. You see what I did there? Look, that's terrible. They shouldn't have any sports in Hiroshima. They're just setting themselves up for jokes like this for the rest of eternity. I'm going opposite. I'm doubting your assertion there.
Okay, I'm gonna look and like relook and see who they're playing, just so I'll give you that pick. Patty C, where are you going next for your pick?
I'm taking you to the NFL. Look, I trust Kyler Murray to be ready. He's a game time decision. Arizona, college football can't get over it. Arizona 7.5 point favorites. They're sitting there at 9-2. Chicago, meanwhile, 4-7. Granted, it's at Soldier Field, so maybe those boys from Arizona won't be ready for that weather, but they're just that much better. They're going to win by 8 or more.
Whether it's Arizona State or Arizona, it doesn't matter. You play to win the game.
True. Amazing.
I have a pick in that game coming up, but first let's go to Chase.
All right. I'm also going to dabble in the old NFL here, and I'm looking at this Chargers and Bengals game, and something in me really wants to take the Chargers on the money line at plus 134, even though they're playing in that shithole Cincinnati where they put chili on spaghetti, and it's a goddamn crime against humanity. Funny that I chose that instead of not like the Hiroshima thing, but I digress. I'm gonna take the Chargers plus 134, and then I'm gonna hit the I'm hit the over in that game, over 49.5.
Oh, okay. The Chargers seem to be playing in a decent amount of shootouts.
Yeah, it seems like since Herbert's been in the league, all he's done is been in shootouts. Like he's like an episode of Miami Vice every week.
That dude is a machine, man. I mean, he just came in and he basically had the moxie to go along with all the tools from day one. It's a shame he's on the Chargers, which is one of the teams the NFL will never let win. But maybe now that they're in LA, they'll turn the corner. I don't know. But he looks great. Burrow's improved too. So I agree. It could be a shootout.
I have this theory that they really didn't think that Herbert was going to play at all last season because I found this in college football. Whenever someone is bound to be a superstar the next year, you find that their teeth get better and their acne clears up. And he's been visited a dermatologist or two. Like he's gotten his Proactive on. Like he's not as greasy as he used to be.
Oh, dude, he's in LA. He's getting it taken care of.
He might even be seeing Dr. Pimple Popper. We don't know.
Patty
C, you lay eyes on that?
Dr. Pimple Popper? I need to make a visit over to him. I need to visit to all the plastic surgeons in Los Angeles. Look, I'm going to say this. Justin Herbert was up in Oregon. They're fucking smoking, rubbing hemp all over their bodies. Of course, he's going to be greasy. Look, he comes down to LA. They clean him up. He's ready for showtime.
I do like that. I got plays in both of your guys' NFL game for my next one, and they're both first touchdown props. I'm going to take in the Arizona Bears game. I wanted to dabble on Kyler Murray potentially just as a giant comeback, but I'm going to actually go on the other side of the ball. I'm going to take Darnell Mooney to score the first touchdown of the game. He's been underrated. He's going to fly under the radar, and Justin Fields is going to be targeting him early and often. I'm just hoping for the Bears to actually start out and get like an early touchdown to give people hope before it's dashed by this Cardinals team.
Yeah, we'll see.
For Chase's game, I'm going to go this one next. They've caught on to me. The books have caught on to me. Donald Parham anytime touchdown is no longer plus money.
He fucking whale.
He is minus 155 for anytime touchdown. They don't have his first touchdown prop set yet, but I'm going Donald Parham first touchdown in the Chargers-Bengals game.
He's a whale with these Donald Parham plays. He tries to leave the sports book. They send Don Rickles after him to tell him that the fucking Jet's on the fritz to get him back in there.
He's had 3 this year. He's had 3. And they were all around 30-1.
Man, have you hit on them?
Yeah, all 3. I'm basically betting Donald Parham first touchdown every week.
Nice, dude. Cleaning up.
XFL legend.
I definitely want to get into USFL with you a little later.
We could talk that.
We could definitely do some USFL. Who's on the horn?
It's you, my friend.
All right. Well, I got you, baby. Going back to my home city, Washington football team coming into the Death Star. Taylor Heineke playing great football lately. They're getting
XFL legend.
Also XFL legend.
Right. That's right. Look, they're going to come into the Death Star and they're going to get this W because they're playing for the playoffs, And I want to say didn't they say like teams 7 through 15 in the NFC has the same record, or is it within a game of each other? So it's a shit show. And look, they're dialing in. It's go time.
The NFL is fucking so crazy. Like, I feel like every team right now is in the hunt, except for the Lions, obviously.
Dude, what Washington has showed me over the last couple of weeks is that they got grit. They got some jam to them, man. Like they just gut out games as of late, and I think it's really impressive what they're doing on defense when you consider that the names that were supposed to float them to having just like a crazy defense are just they're like one broke his jaw and the other one stepped on a landmine. Like it's impressive, and I got all the respect in the world for Ron Rivera. Riverboat Ron is the shit, right? I love it.
He's doing it. Now, the one storyline that's under the radar here is the Redskins basically cost the Raiders their team name, or their head coach, rather. Sorry, Redskins. I can't let that go.
Yeah, we don't.
You're fine. You're fine. You're not
being a Washingtonian. Being a Washingtonian, you see the hat. I can't let it go. But no, they cost them their head coach. So I wonder if David Carr has a little, or Derek Carr rather, has a little animosity there, and he wants to get a little revenge.
I think Derek Carr wants to thank them for getting rid of Gruden. Honestly, if anything, they hated each other so much.
Is that right?
I mean, just every time Gruden looked at Derek Carr. He looked infuriated and about ready to rip his head off.
I think that was just his default mode, Jim.
It could be. It
was either that or just he was love making. Those are his two speeds.
He's got two. He's got extreme rage or just extreme horny.
Resting rage face.
My favorite thing about Derek Carr is how the helmet that he chose, it's got the speed holes in it. Looks like he's wearing a spaghetti colander on his head every week. Also, he's abusing his hair privileges now, I've noticed. And I don't know how to feel about it because he looks like Daniel Stern in Home Alone.
My favorite thing about Derek Carr is that he seems to have natural eyeliner.
Yes. Yeah, he's got a very Captain Jack Sparrow look.
Yeah. And I don't know how he does it, but it weirds me out every time I see it.
Some people are born with smoky eye, Jim.
Dude, it goes so much with him being a Fresno guy and also playing for the Raiders. It's just the vibe. He was made for that job.
Yeah, yeah. And also made to be the lead singer of a Creed tribute band.
After he retires from the Raiders, you could probably catch him on Fremont Street in one of those bands.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. All right.
Chase, where are we going?
Jim, I might need you to find odds for me on this because I'm not seeing it through my book, but it's our favorite bet. I want Eagles-Jets game goes to overtime.
Okay, we're back on this. We're back on this, huh?
We're back on it. We're doing it again. We've had some near misses. We've
plus
nearly
900.
hit a few.
Plus 900.
Book it. Two teams, somewhat allergic to winning, fighting victory, tooth and nail. Takes extra time to figure out who's going to jump on that W grenade.
Do you think are we gonna go with the tie, or are we out of ties for the?
Whoa!
We're not going.
I like to live dangerously, but I'm not going off the cliff with you here, Jim.
You go tie first half. That's plus 850.
Yes, I will do that.
Boom.
So Eagles are sitting here at 5-7, Jets at 3-8. But it was my impression, without having seen every game for either of these teams, that the Eagles were a significantly better team. Now, granted, they have blown a lot of opportunities to stay in that NFC East race, but New York Jets have never even shown up. So
who is the starting quarterback for the Jets this week? Is it? It's the boy,
Bruce Sanders. I don't know. All their quarterbacks have just generic, regular ass names.
If his first name and last name don't have the same initials, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's not. I don't care if it's fucking Flacco. I don't care if it's Mike White. I don't care if it's Zach Wilson. If it's not Josh Johnson, fade the Jets forever.
Hey man, I'm just gonna fade them enough.
I can still see it going to overtime, but the Jets lose by a touchdown in overtime.
There we go. Hey, they also jumped up on the Titans, and that was back before everyone was injured. Just
true, but the Titans do the thing where they only lose, they lose to bad teams.
Irregardless.
Maybe that goes back to Vrabel being a old school Ohio State guy, where they let the play conservative ball and let shitty teams hang around. Old habits die hard, so
it very well
could be an explanation.
My next play, I'm going back to college football. I'm going to the FCS. I'm taking Incarnate Word versus Sam Houston State. I'm actually going to be risky here. I'm taking the over of 63.5 in this game. I want points. Incarnate Word has a good offense, and I think they can make this pointsy. I think Sam Houston wins, but I think in order to win, they either have to shut down Incarnate Word's offense, which I just don't see them doing, or they have to keep up in a shootout, and that's what I'm predicting.
I mean, I took a look at Sam Houston's offense. Obviously, they're the reigning national champions on. I don't even know how long of a win streak right now, but that offense gets it. So they might get to 63 themselves, but certainly with Incarnate Word being able to move the ball, that's a good play.
Fucking here for it. Patty C, what's your next play?
Oh, let's see. Let me take a look. See here. Scrolling, looking for a good one. Oh. I need one more second. I'm going to go opposite of you. I'm going Houston Cougars to cover against the Bearcats of Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yep. And you know why? And look, I'm a big-time Bearcats fan because I'm an Ohio State hater. And
I've heard.
Oh, yeah. I love me some Bearcats. But they played some close games. And Houston has won 11 in a row. This is not a shitty – I mean, even the game they lost, they were up by 14 at half against Texas Tech. They could be a 12-0 team right next to Cincinnati. 10.5 points is a lot. Give me the Cougars to cover.
When my head keeps telling me that this is Cincinnati plays close in the games that they're not supposed to, like, in the games they're supposed to blow these teams out. They step up and just dominate these teams, like physically.
So to put this in R. Kelly, your mind is telling you no, but your body is telling you yeah.
I think that's what's going on there.
Yes.
So when your boy Colby was on our like our college football like mega preview show, Houston was my pick to win the AAC over Cincinnati in the championship game. I'm all over that play. I love the Houston Cougars. I love how Dana Holgerson looks like Bigger and McCracken from Kingpin. I think he jumped from like the Big 12 to somehow like a better situation in the AAC.
Back to the Big 12.
Houston. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But he's in an actual like fertile recruiting ground now. He's not having to try to convince kids to come to Morgantown, West Virginia. Like I think he's gonna like do something at Houston. It might just be get hair plugs, but he's gonna do something.
I mean, Houston is hella fertile in terms of recruiting. So with them up at the Power 5 level for the first time in like 20 years, yeah, there's a lot of potency there. So, and he is just the used car salesman to get those recruits through the door. NIL, he's going to take full advantage of. Yeah, I'm on board. But Cincinnati gets the win, but it's going to be a close one.
They're going to flex that Dennis Quaid muscle down there in Houston, get him to really just pull in those recruits. They'll be like, yeah, I remember the rookie. I'll sign.
How many recruits do you think do remember the rookie?
None. Absolutely none. I barely remember the rookie.
My next play, I'm going to soccer. I'm doing my one soccer bet for the week. I'm going Man City -2. It's a homer pick. They're my favorite team, but every time I bet on them 4 times this year, and every time I've done it, it's won. So give me Man City -2 Saturday.
Sure.
I mean,
I don't know a damn thing about soccer.
I
know Man City won the championship a few years back. They're one of a few teams that even has that capability. What was it? What was the team that randomly won it? Leicester?
Leicester City. That was like they were like a couple 100-1 odds at the start of the season. It's like the biggest upset win in like sports history.
Sports history. Yeah.
They probably had 1/100th of the payroll of Man United, most likely.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, anytime I hear Manchester in a soccer name, you got to figure it's safe to bet on them. So, yeah, all right with you.
My reasoning for like Man City being my team, I don't know everybody's reasoning, but my reasoning is when I worked at a bowling alley in Los Angeles, there was this old dude who was from Britain that would come in a league every morning, and we started palling around, and he would just bust my balls all fucking day. So we would just become pals in that regard. And his favorite team was Man City. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's root for him. And he'd bitch all the time. And I would give him shit every day, and it was amazing.
And you, as a Nebraska fan, like saw his
could
heart.
Relate
you saw
big time.
I could relate, especially since he wasn't like a big football guy. So we would just bitch about our teams to each other, and he'd fill out a crossword and then bowl.
He'd be like, "Man, my football team." You'd be like, "Man, my hand egg team."
All right, kindred spirits.
That's right.
Patty C, where are you going?
Look, I'm dialing up a game that starts.
I did Man City. Then it's him. Then it's you.
Oh, okay. That's right. All right. Okay. I'm excited about this next one.
I'm getting better about it now. I'm getting better.
All right. I'm jumping in here. Look, we got the team tipping in 17 minutes here. We got
that's Phoenix why you watch live, folks.
That's right. Phoenix and Golden State, the teams with the 2 best records in the NBA. Got a little Chris Paul versus Steph Curry point guard battle. Look, Golden State's giving 7. No way. Phoenix coming in there, keeping it close. Actually, sprinkle on the money line, baby.
Ooh.
Going with the Suns, going to rally the Valley.
Rally the Valley.
I see that they called up James Wiseman from their G League team. Did I see that?
Tell me that's not true. I haven't been watching it much basketball.
I think the Warriors have pulled James Wiseman back onto the Warriors roster.
You're shitting me. They literally put him down in the G League? Or are you fucking with me?
No, Warriors recall. Yeah. They
was
recall
that guy the number 2
Klay
pick in the
Thompson,
draft?
James Wiseman, and Damian Lee. So yeah.
He played roughly 3 college basketball games, was the number 2 pick, and then was sent to the G League.
Well, now he's out of the G League. He's back.
Yeah. He's in the G League, you know?
That's true.
You feel me? Get what I did? You see that?
Yeah.
Chase, what's this pick you're so excited about?
I've had the best luck. I'm 3-0 when we're betting the sweet science, when men get together and they throw hands at each other.
You're killing it with it when it comes to fights.
I'm looking at the Carlos Diaz versus Montana Love fight. Montana Love, big favorite on the money line, but I'm seeing that I can get that it goes under 8.5 rounds here at plus money. I'm gonna hit this for the third time in a row. I'm gonna get my third in a row plus money under total rounds plus 145. This fight doesn't go 9.
Who's stopping who?
Oh, it's Montana Love. It's gonna be Montana Love. I mean, first,
Montana Love.
For one, you can't fight Love. 2, I mean, it's got the burly state of Montana backing that up. Yeah, man, it's
double
gonna be,
whammy.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I watch the film A River Runs Through It, and I get like
Brad Pitt is Montana Love.
I get nostalgic about my youth growing up in Montana fly fishing, and I've literally never done any of those things.
But hey, that movie makes all of us nostalgic about that experience that none of us had.
That's
I got
right.
a buddy who always wants to take me fly fishing, but it just never seems appealing to me.
Yeah.
It seems like it would take away from your beer drinking, and then I don't know what you do when you fish, when you don't.
No,
drink
I
beer.
would much rather just be like, so we have a lazy river here in Nebraska, like an actual river. You could just get an inner tube and just go down the river. And what people like to do is they like to get mini inner tubes for their coolers and just have everything attached to ropes. And you just roll down the river as a family or as like a group and just pass beers back and forth.
Oh, it's beautiful. Hang a little fishing line off the side of the raft. Boom.
And
It's
then you
tied to
just
your
get
toe.
you get sunburnt to fuck is the only downside. Like,
Are
every
you
time
dealing with
can't avoid it.
mosquitoes? Are there any mosquitoes in Nebraska?
There are, but generally by the time you're doing the lazy river, like they're not by rivers for the most part. They're over by like ponds or like cornfields are real bad just because of the humidity.
Oh yeah, dude. I will come and hit that natural lazy river with you guys. Let me
It's
know.
It's fucking awesome. My play, I don't know, like ever since we had Scott on Chase, and he hit those teasers, I'm just like, I see every teaser in front of me, especially for the NFL, and I just think they can't lose. I just see the numbers. I'm just like, there's no way this loses. So there's no way this one's going to lose. I have a teaser here for you. It's Washington football team bumping them up to plus 7.5. I'm taking the Patriots, bumping them up to plus 8.5 against the Bills. I'm making the Dolphins a pick 'em. I'm taking the Eagles down to -1. And I'm taking the Chiefs down to -3.5.
You're living dangerously.
I got one. All right, 2 questions actually.
How's
One,
this lose?
how dare you?
it's
2,
fair.
who do you think you are?
Okay.
Valid.
No, I
on
like-
both
I-
counts.
You know what I like about teasers is I feel like none of them will ever lose ever. It just feels like free money. Every
Yeah.
teaser feels like free money.
Every single one I've ever done, I'm just like, there's no way this loses. And then it comes NFL Sunday, and I'm like, why the fuck did I pick this team? They're losing by 20.
NFL is an absolute shit show. I will never touch that betting. You know, stick to college football.
You know what? College. That's just another reason why college is better.
Make more money on it.
Exactly. Patty C, where are you going next?
Look, I'm staying in the NBA. Another tip off. Here we are, 13 minutes away. The Battle of LA, Clippers versus Lakers. Lakers given 2.5 at home. I should say they're both at home here. But look, fuck LeBron James. I'm taking the Clippers, and they're getting it done, even though they're the road team on their own court. And guess what? They're going away for it. Look, it's no longer the Staples Center. It's the cryptocurrency.com center. It's getting kind of scary over there. And I think the Clippers are just the team to take over that arena. I don't know. The Lakers don't have it.
Also, I'm just like, I'm pro fuck the Lakers. So, yes, love that.
I think most of us are right there.
Pretty much.
I've been to a couple Clippers games. They're fun.
But we still miss you, Kobe.
Yes.
Dude, I seen LeBron live. I saw it at a game a couple years ago when it didn't matter when they were out of the playoffs. They were playing against Boston, and he was so fucking lazy, right? But he was so good. He was so fucking good. Like, he threw a 90-foot pass, like, on a dime. I was like, holy shit. But at the same time, he'd just be walking up the court. You know, fuck LeBron.
You know,
Fuck LeBron.
I actually, sometimes when I like to feel just like and I'm in a dark, introspective mood and I like to feel just terrible about myself, I remind myself that me and LeBron graduated high school in the same year. We are the same age.
Hey, you know what? You're kind of doing both big things with your life. Don't compare yourself to LeBron, and he probably shouldn't compare himself to you because you're doing big things.
That's right. I am going to come up in this rap game. Thank you for recognizing that.
You're god dang right. Chase, where
Young
you
Golf
going?
left us, and he left a void for me to fill.
Chase
right,
Sessoms, Memphis rap god.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, man, I'm gonna hit a hockey game here. I'm looking at the Lightning and Boston Bruins game, and I really like betting totals in hockey. And that's because like if you look at like the average amount of goals scored in every NHL game, it's like 6. It is like 6. Like it seems like every single game there's at least 6 goals. So I'm seeing I can get over 5.5 in the Lightning Bruins game for plus 114, and I'm going to jump all over that.
It's
like
plus
that.
what?
Plus 114.
Okay. A little bit of juice there. I'll ride with you. Yeah, I mean, goals like to happen in the NHL. This isn't soccer here. You know, there's a little more contact, a little more aggression. Count on the goals happening.
More and more pointsy. Like it's every year, it seems to be getting more and more pointsy. Also, I'm just like this is a trend I rode last year. I don't know how strong the trend is this year. Just blindly bet Chicago Blackhawks games to go over whatever their goals are set at.
It's because Kaner's got dirty dangles.
Yeah, it's very, very dirty.
I bought NHL 21, and I got the only reason I bought it on Xbox One was because they had that like throwback to NHL 94 with the modern players. So I've been playing that, but you know I'm yet to get into the modern game. You know, but I will say this: with the MLB kind of shutting it down for the spring, hockey's about to come up. So maybe I need to start paying a little more attention.
Oh, hockey is, but watch out for the USFL again. April.
Oh yeah,
April, right after college basketball.
For baseball to lock out because they will come out. They will come up.
They will come away the loser.
Believe it.
Yeah, I've never seen a sport work so hard to kill the sport. Like it's incredible. Like baseball has taken absolutely every step that they possibly can to make sure that like no one is interested in baseball in 10 years.
It's true. It's true. My next play is I'm going to basketball. I'm going to college basketball. I'm taking Iowa State plus 4.5 right now is what I'm seeing them as versus Creighton. Yes, this Creighton team is good. They're playing pretty damn good ball at the moment, but they're a young team, and I think Iowa State has the get up to get the upset here. Once there's a money line post, I'm going to probably sprinkle some on Iowa State there too, but I think 4.5 points is just too many against this good good Cyclones team. Sorry. Yeesh.
Look, Cyclones, Iowa State sports and athletic department's coming up. You know, what's the spread on that?
4.5. Creighton.
Gosh, you're a Nebraska guy, so
also I just hate Creighton. I absolutely hate Creighton.
Yeah.
So take that into consideration.
Ride the clones. We know. Let me ask you this: what has crazier cornfields, Nebraska or Iowa?
Like crazier? What do you mean crazier?
Like who fucks more in the cornfields, Nebraskans or Iowans?
I would say Nebraskans. Western Nebraskans fuck a lot in cornfields. Like the Panhandle, like the Western Nebraska guys, they fuck.
Never trust a man from a panhandle. Never trust a man from a panhandle.
I was at a party once. I was at a party once in Western Nebraska, and this dude comes in and just like he's blacked out drunk already, basically. And we go out and see his car, and there's a bunch of corn stalks in it. Turns out, while he was driving to the party, he drove like a half mile into a cornfield.
Hey,
yeah,
was he fucking hammered? It's my kind
of he was drunk as shit.
It sounds like a pretty fantastic place to drunk drive. I'm just gonna say.
Legally, I can't say one way or the other, but I mean, nobody lives out here.
It feels
So-
like the
Nobody lives out here.
equivalent of when you go to a kid's birthday party at
Hey,
like a
if you
bowling
keep-
alley and they put the bumpers in the gutters, you know.
If you keep it local, it's okay. Just don't get on the highways and the state troopers don't see shit.
Yeah, man, keep it between the mustard and the mayonnaise.
Okay, we're coming up on 50 minutes. That means it is time for your last play of the weekend. Patty C, we're starting with you.
Oh boy,
Last
you're gonna
play,
have to.
my man.
You're gonna have to give me another second because I got to dial
Go
a
for it.
special one in.
Go for
I
it.
can
Chase.
jump. Yeah. All right. I'm looking at tomorrow. We've got Marquette and Wisconsin.
Oh, you stole a good one.
Yeah, we got Wisconsin lane 5.5, but man, give me Marquette in the points -104. I love Shaka Smart. Ever since I saw that video of him doing the Ironman drill with VCU the year that they went to the Final Four, I've been all about Shaka Smart. I also I have a little more faith in him that now that I know that he's not really a bald person, that he was actually just like a style bald or a power bald. Now he's kind of letting his now it kind of looks like he's in De La Soul, and I really dig it. So yeah, man. Now that he's out of Texas, God bless him. Give me Shaka Smart with Marquette +5.5 -104.
Okay, there we go. I'll let you end it, Patty C, but I got one right here for you guys. I'm doing something a little numbery. I'm going with my brain, but my brain's heart because I'm not very good with thinking and numbers. I'm gonna go college football totals parlay. That's just disgusting. I'm going to take the under in the Southeast Louisiana James Madison game. I think James Madison's defense can shut down this offense and just keep it a little bit more low scoring than what it's posted as. It's actually, the total is set to 69.5. I just don't see that many points. I see JMU kind of controlling the tempo and getting this, and their defense kind of shutting down this high-powered Southeast Louisiana offense.
I appreciate your confidence in our defense. But you are sleeping on our offense. Taking the under there, ill-advised.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't care.
Ouch. Okay. You will rue the day.
I think you guys could score it could be like a 30-21 game, and that's still still the under.
A win's a win.
I'm on the over. I'm on the opposite. I'm actually thinking Big 12 shootout. I'm going against what I've been thinking in my head. This is going to be like a defensive slugfest. I'm taking over 46.5 Baylor, Oklahoma State. I'm going to take the over. This one is just fucking crazy because I'm taking over 75 Kent State, Northern Illinois. I hope Kent State can just get them by themselves. This offense is fucking insane for the Golden Flashes. I am taking the under 49.5 Utah State, San Diego State. I think Utah State, the only way they generate any scores is to make big plays, and San Diego State's defense does a good job of stopping these big plays. I'm also on the over 63. Sorry, I can't read. It's over 53 Houston-Cincinnati game. I'm over the 43.5. Sorry, under. God, I suck at reading so fucking hard. Under 43.5 Michigan, Iowa. That's a rock fight. This is my parlay. It pays out plus 4,900. There you go.
Boom. Well,
if you could decipher what I said, plus 4,900.
Yeah, rewind it, slow it down, take notes. Boom,
Yeah.
Make your money.
Hey, put it on a turntable, play it backwards a couple times.
I'll have all our picks written down for the BTV video, so it'll be fine.
There we go.
There it is.
There we go.
We're all going to be on there flowing. Well, we got to flow our picks one of these days. We got to make a rap video. I'm down for that.
I wrapped today's picks that I made.
Paging already bets.
Patty C, what's the last play of the weekend?
Well, I'm doubling up just like you. Look, there's a Chicago, New York kind of thing going down tomorrow at 5:00. Bulls going against the Nets. Look, give me KD to cover that 3.5 for the Nets. Easy money. I know Lonzo's doing his thing over in Chicago, but going to the Big Apple, no chance. And then look, I got another special one for you. I found on Tally site high school football. We got the South Lake Carroll Dragons heading to the Allen Eagles. I know Allen High School has that 40,000 seat stadium for a high school. Kind of fucking. I think they spent like $60 million on it or some shit. So, but look, you can't buy championships in South Lake Carroll. Look, shout out to Quinn Ewers transferring from Ohio State today. They're gonna get it done and move on in that playoffs. Count it.
Clear eyes.
There is no spread. Clear eyes. What's the rest of that? Pure
Full
heart.
hearts.
Full heart. Yeah, there you go.
Can't lose bets on high school football.
Absolutely not. Friday night.
I can't wait,
when you bet
life.
high school football.
I can't wait till Nebraska state championship basketball tournament comes around. I got a guy who lets me bet on that.
Nice. Who's the hot team in Nebraska? I'm interested.
Basketball wise, I need to do my research. I'm not sure. Football wise, it depends what class we're talking about.
The Fighting Tom Osborns. I have a feeling that like 5 of the teams are the Tom Osborns.
All these local ones are, but it's like basketball wise, it's a bunch of like the Omaha and Lincoln schools because they're the big city. They're the 2 cities in this state. We have 2 cities. Of course, they're going to have all the big schools and all the best prospects. Like Omaha had a kid. Omaha had a kid that's on Duke now.
Damn,
big
things coming out of Nebraska.
I feel like you're really kind of insulting GI, man. Grand Isle was fucking a bumping place when we drove through there that one time.
Football, they're decent. And then like our best player, I would say the best player on the Nebraska football team is from fucking Aurora, Nebraska. Bet you can't find that on a map.
I guarantee I can't find that on a map because I'm not going to look.
He's the first team tight end in the Big Ten now. Bitches, Austin Allen, go.
Hey, Austin Allen.
Boom.
That's dude. So Austin Allen was a quarterback at Arkansas, and I feel like there are like 5 teams that have Austin Allens on them now. And so every time someone says Austin Allen, I'm like, what? No, it's not.
It's always him. It's the same guy. It's the same guy. That'll do it for this episode of the Jimnasium Picks Porch. Patty C, where can the people find you? Shout out your shit, my friend.
Hey, find me on Twitter at PattyC83, and that is the only social media I participate on. So get at me. Let's rock and roll. I'll talk a lot of shit to you guys. Let's chop it up.
Hell fucking yeah. Chase, where can the people find you?
You can always find me being abrasive on Twitter at @ofOaklawn. When I'm not being abrasive on Twitter, you can catch my horse racing tip sheets on sale through Horse Racing Nation. Right now, we're focusing on the Oaklawn Park meet. $9.99 daily. Got a 30-day subscription plan, $49.99. When I'm not doing that, I'm usually with this big galoot, XFL Jim here in the Jimnasium. We're talking our Saturday football show, Campus Profits. We're talking our Sunday DFS show, Fantasy Foreplay. I'm talking the OG Jimnasium on Sundays, and then
it's almost 40 too. The OG Jimnasium is almost 40.
Yeah, time for the OG Jimnasium to buy a Miata and get a Cocho girlfriend.
I think it might turn 40 just like at the start around bowl season.
God,
living the good life, man.
No, it'll be near the end of bowl season. It might be like national championship week though. That'll be fucking sick.
Be a fucking hell of a birthday, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys know where to find me at XFL Jim everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm dropping videos left and right. And one little bit about Chase. You're covering Oaklawn right now. Guys, peep the name that he has over there. That his Twitter handle is. Peep that. There's a reason for that.
I'm of it.
There's a fucking reason. Follow us all the time. The Jimnasium's dropping every Sunday, 8 p.m. Central. Fucking like, subscribe, the whole shebang. Love you guys. Peace the fuck out. Let's go win some fucking money this weekend.